Good morning, fam. Today I am reviewing some kind of modern legends in blended rum. Um, but I want to do a long lead into that first. Uh, first part of this, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I kind of set my palate for doing these videos because this morning for breakfast I had some leftover Szechuan chili chicken and then one of my daughter's protein bars. Don't judge. And that'll wreck your palate pretty darn well. So I wanted to walk you through the process I normally go through before I set up a tasting flight or one of these videos or anything. What do I do to kind of get my palate in shape to actually taste stuff? Well, the first thing I need is a big old glass of water. I got this. But the first thing I actually drink to kind of wash my palate out, believe it or not, it's milk. I have a little bit of milk. Whole milk I find a little bit too much. This is 1%. I usually don't drink it out of a shot glass. Honestly, no one else touches the 1%. I just drink it out of the carton. But yeah, this is what I drink to kind of start to get my palate in shape. Just kind of swished around, get all the stuff out of there. Milk isn't a great palate cleanser for a whole range of other stuff, but for getting like sugary crap, spicy crap out of there, it works really, really well. And then I drink some water. That's step 2. And then I will usually have a warm-up spirit of some sort. In other videos, I've talked about the importance of having like things to kick off your flights. This is where that comes in. Something nice to kind of get your palate going. And this, for something like these are kind of Navy style blends. Normally I would do like a Dorley's or something, but in this case I decided it would be fun to make my own. I blended this up about an hour ago, and it's been kind of settling ever since. And I will tell you what's in it. I basically did try to do my own Navy style blend for fun and giggles and for your entertainment. And what is in here? So I wanted an ounce and a half pour, and I did. So I broke that up into 9 teaspoons because math. And I wanted to keep a foundation of Demerara rum, Guyana, in there, so I did. 4 parts. Puster's gunpowder. I could nitpick this to pieces, and in fact I probably did a little bit in my review. The color's kind of fake. There's a little bit of added sugar in this, but you know what? It's a very strong, legit Demerara rum, and it's not expensive, and you can get it pretty much anywhere. So I did 4 parts of this, and then just a top note, I threw in some independently bottled Port Moran. This is the L'Esprit, but you should be able to get some kind of Port Moran bottling around you somewhere. That should do fine. So 1 part of that, 1 teaspoon. I really wanted to focus on stuff that people get a hold of for my little my own Navy blend. I also did 1 part Hamden, Jamaica. You don't want to go overboard with this, but yeah, say about 10-15% Jamaica is fine. And you want to use like a medium ester Jamaican pot still rum. Normally you would throw some Barbados in here too. I kind of ran out of space, and kind of taking inspiration from the VORN here, I kind of skipped Barbados, but Jamaica's in there. This is the Hamden LROK. And then normally you would want some, so along with the kind of smoky caramel notes and intense oaky notes you get from your Demerara, and your kind of desserty, fruity notes you get from Barbados and especially Jamaica, you want to throw in some intensely smoky industrial notes and almost like a kind of a cough medicine note you get traditionally from Trinidad. And traditionally we get that from Caroni distillery, which is now extortionately expensive. So I'm going to go with the Vendome still from St. Lucia. And you object. You'd say, wait, that the St. Lucia and their Vendome still are in St. Lucia. That is not in Trinidad. You're correct, but this still, the Vendome still, was originally Drini. It was actually installed at Angostura Distillery for its first life, for its first year or two, and then they moved. They didn't want it anymore, so they moved it over to Saint Lucia, and it still has a little bit of that character to it. It still has the kind of tire fire character I get out of Caroni a lot of the time. So yeah, I made this. This is going to be my palate warm. Sorry, to go back to the initial digression. We're 6 minutes in, and I've even got a single tasting on the table. Maybe I'll throw a link down below for people who just want the reviews. All right, so this is my kind of widely available. You can use any decent Vendome still, St. Lucia. There's a bunch out there now. If you're kind of near a major city, someone has done a barrel pick. Someone out there has done that. Anyways, let's see what we got here. Yep, smells like a Navy style rum. A lot of kind of like dark chocolate, smoky notes, cola cubes. But then you got a little hints of pineapple back there. Maybe that's the ham creeping in. And then like this really kind of intense peppery thing. It's not as intense as real Caroni or anything, right? But a little bit of a peppery, smoky thing that's coming from the Vendome still. Yeah, that's pretty good. On the palate. Ooh, strong. Give it that would be my palate cleansing taste. Now I'm going to do a real taste. Not bad. A lot of chocolate, lots of smoke, toffee, cola. A little bit of banana, a little bit of pineapple. Honestly, I wish now tasting this, I kind of wish I'd thrown a little bit of Barbados in there. It could really dial up the kind of nice vanilla desserty notes in there. Just a little bit. It feels a little bit like it's missing a middle. But you know what this is doing? This is getting my palate set for these things. So yeah, we're going to put this over here, I suppose. So that is step 3. Try a warm-up spirit in my process after the milk and after my first sip of water. Step 4 is have another sip of water. And now I'm ready to taste. So we're going to get these poured. So now that we are almost 9 minutes into the video, what the hell am I reviewing? Okay, so Velier has done a series of what they call like Royal Navy rums. I hate when the little things get stuck in. Okay. This one is the legendary VORN, very old Royal Navy. This was a 2017 release. Average age of 17.42 years old. There's a lot of Demerara rums in this. There's a lot of Jamaican rum in this. But what makes this kind of a little bit of a legend is there's also a fair bit of Caroni in this. There's old Trinidad Caroni rum, which makes this a little bit of a bargain in the end. Like on auctions, like these are still like $200 bottles of this stuff, but if this is throwing Caroni notes at me, it might still be a bargain, just because like bottles of pure Caroni are so darn expensive. So that's something to look out for. This is the release they did right afterwards, the 2019, I think it is. Average age on this is 14 years old. This is the Tiger Shark, Royal Navy Tiger Shark. Vatted rum, second edition. And this is just Guyana and Jamaica, so they kind of cut out the Trinidad component, probably because it was too expensive. Both of these are bottled at 47.18%. So I'm not going to talk about this too much. I have like a very I'm very conflicted on the genre of Navy-style rums. Because on the one hand, they're delicious. I mean, you take Demerara, you throw some Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad in, and it's just delicious a lot of the time. And it's as kind of an international rum blend, I'm all for that. Like, I would like to see more kind of global style blends. It's like in coffee, right? You can go super duper mega local and get some really good stuff and get this really intense focused experience. Or you can take lots of awesome things from different places and kind of blend them together and get like an infinite variety of combinations, which, you know, you lose some things, absolutely, but you gain some things as well. So, yeah, I am all for like international exchange of rum blends. What I'm not all for is the, the romanticization of the Navy tot, because the Navy tot is kind of a symbol of colonialism, and that's really something that's a side of history we should probably move on past. We should really be celebrating these countries as they are now, and these producers as they are now, not as subjects of a goddamn global empire. Anyways, I don't want to get ranting about that. I will put some links down below if you want me to go on for longer. All right, let's get tasting. This is my warm up. So this is my benchmark really, and it's pretty good. I want to add a little bit of water to this, but this is kind of like mid-80s territory. So this is the one to beat, because you can make this at home. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, the other cool thing about Tiger Shark here is it's all pot distilled, which means you're getting Demerara rum, but you're only getting it from the pot stills they had. So the high ester still, the Port Morant, and the Versailles. You're not getting the Enmores. You're not getting the big metal columns, and that's kind of cool. All right, let's do this. Velier Royal Navy Tiger Shark, pure vatted rum. Average age 14 years. On the nose, it is spicy. Lots of like cinnamon sticks, cardamom pods. So yeah, spice, but it's like an earthy spice. It's not like it's like, you know, spiciness that you haven't really refined completely yet. Clove, black pepper. There's a lot of Jamaica creeping through here. Like pineapple cake, lane cake, definitely. It's an old Southern thing. Look it up. I'm getting a lot of Worthy Park, honestly. It's so that kind of like Turkish delight thing that I really associate with Worthy Park, like Turkish delight smothered in olives. That's kind of what's going on here. Yeah, lots of like black olives, couple of green too, but mostly black. Fennel. A little spritz of seawater, spritz of brine. I mean, you hand this to me blind, I'm guessing rum. Like, it just smells like rum, and it smells like pot distilled rum. I'm not missing like Caribbean rum on a blind. Vanilla, yeah, oakiness, but considering this is 14 years old and I think it's all tropically aged, less than I expected. RC Cola, a classic Caribbean rum note. A little baklava as well. And the more I kind of swirl this, the more the Guyana starts to kind of creep through. Kind of some aromatic woods, a little incense. Rose water. It's tough to tell if that's coming from Jamaica or Guyana. It could be either one. Hell yeah. I mean, it smells like a nice rum. Let's see what happens to the palate. One sec. Yeah, definitely delicious and definitely like just very, very rummy. But the palate is a little bit muddled compared to the nose. Um, Still getting a lot of black pepper. RC Cola, dark chocolate. Kind of a mint tea thing. Vanilla, yeah. There's kind of like spices. Oh, coffee cake. Let's just call it coffee cake. It's kind of a muddled spice thing. Maybe some baklava, rose water. Olives, black licorice. I mean, it's very good, but yeah, it's maybe it's not that because I'm able to pick out these flavors, right? So clearly there's not. It's not like a mush, but I'm having trouble articulating what is annoying me about this. Part of it is maybe the mouth length. Like the finish isn't short. It's not super duper long, but it's not as long as I expected. And the mouthfeel is okay. It's the mouth length is really really short. Like this is kind of like for a 14-year-old tropically aged rum. Most of what's going on is right up in front of my face, so to speak. Yeah, lots of yum right up front, kind of right in here. But all that's kind of reaching back to the back of my mouth is that kind of olivey savory thing. It's still very good, but I don't think I don't think the palate is as good as the nose. Because the nose is like super. It's very classical, but that doesn't make it any less good. All right, let's give this some water. I would expect the water to improve the mouth presence a lot, but who knows? We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll need at least 4 squirts. It's 57% alcohol. I'm gonna go 4.5 and leave it there. Let me try my little home blend again. Tiger Shark is better, but it's not like a world of difference. We're talking 2 or 3 points better, maybe. I don't know, Velier. I don't know. All right, let's try the. This is really the legend. The VORN, Velier Royal Navy, very old rum. Okay, this is it's Caroni, it's Demerara, so Diamond Distillery, and I'm sorry, Diamond Distillery, and it's Jamaica. And the weighted average age is 17.42 years. Bottled 2017. And again, I'm sure there's a few bottles on the shelf, but mostly going to see this at auction. It isn't unreasonable. You're talking under $200. I mean, not unreasonable compared to the Caronis out there. So if this is bringing a lot of Caroni character and you need to try that without completely destroying your bank account, this might be worth considering. And yeah, okay. It has got Caroni character. Absolutely. Hold on, let me smell my Hamilton. I talk about the Vendome still at St. Lucia's having an industrial kind of Caroni character. It doesn't get there. It just doesn't. Like, this is raw tire fire stuff. I mean, there's a, you know, there's a homage to Caroni going on here, which I love, and I would absolutely use this in blends all the time. But yeah, if what you were looking for was that just kind of raw, like Simpsons episode where they set a mountain of tires on fire thing, it's Caroni does that just miles more. But there's other stuff going on. Tons of black pepper. S'mores. There's like a burned olive thing. Ooh. Okay, cola cubes. Some flowers creeping through. And I don't think that's. I think it's Jamaica. I think maybe that's some higher ester Jamaica creeping through. A couple of mixed berries as well, which again is a higher ester Jamaica note, and I wasn't really expecting to get that here. Vanilla, like overstewed black tea, like overstewed Assam or something, like a really malty tea. A little coconut. So the Caroni, that tire fire thing, is definitely the leading note here. A little bit of cough syrup in there too, like grape cough syrup, but nice. But there's more going on. My criticism of a lot of Caronis, aside from the fact they're just too damn expensive, is they tend to be a little one note a lot of the time. This is not. This is Caroni like acting as a team player. It's standing out because it's Caroni and it's going to do that. But yeah, this totally works. See what happens on the palate. So I have friends who think of this as one of their favorite rums ever. I don't really see it. It's not to say this is not good. This is very good, in fact. It's just a damn good blend is what it is. Okay, so again, the Caroni is kind of standing out here. Intense black pepper, smoke. I was complaining about the mouth presence on the Tiger Shark a little bit. This does not have any kind of a problem. Terrific mouthfeel, good mouth length, long finish. It might be if I could complain about this, it might just be a hair bit unbalanced. It might the Caroni might be standing out just a little bit too much. That I'll say more about that in a second though, because there's another side to that. What do we got? Vanilla, coconut. Really like coconut flakes, or even like toasted coconut flakes. yeah, you can't get away from the tire fire thing. But then, like, yeah, pineapple, blueberries, flowers. Is that rose water? No, it's somewhere between like Worthy Park rose water and like a more intense like high ester like rocks flowers note that I sometimes talk about. Definitely some olives, fennel in there, like those classic rummy notes. Pineapple. It's very ashy. Quality is very, very high on this. Yeah, I'm torn. Here's what I'm torn about. Let me add some water, and I'll talk about this. Um, for me, the Caroni is it's playing in a team, right? But still maybe a hair bit too much, a hair bit unbalanced. But the other side to that, the upside of that is, if you want to try get the Caroni profile, get that taste and that smell like in your brain, and you want to have a good rum to do it with, and you don't want to pay. God, what are the single bottlings of Caroni going for? Over $200 in any case for the good ones. If you want that, you can buy this. So yeah, there's that other side to the too much Caroni thing. If you are watching this, you might want too much Caroni in your blended rum. All right, 2, 3, 4. Let's go the fuse again. Let's do 4.5. Yeah, same proof, right? I will say I kind of feel the same way as I felt about my own blend, which is I want a little bit of Barbados in there. I think what would push this into the 90s for me, or really darn close, is a little bit more of like, desserty vanilla fruity goodness. And I feel like yeah, Barbados would do that. Not much. We're talking like 10%, but I think that would make a difference. Anyways, let's go back through these one more time. Did I add water to mine? I did not add water to mine. I'm going to do that right now. I don't even know what strength this was. Probably around 60. 3, 4. It had no rest time whatsoever. So yeah. The other thing about Navy blends that kind of, Navy style blends, I should say, that annoys me is going back to the international thing. Why limit yourself to just producers that happen to be a part of the former British Empire? Like, there's other stuff out there that you could source that is absolutely delicious. Go through a little bit of aged Claren or something in your blend. Like, have a little bit of fun. Like Martinique is out there. Like Le Galion is starting to put. There's some aged stocks starting to be available. Have a little bit of fun, y'all. Get imaginative. All right, I'm gonna shut up and try to nose my home blend here. Yeah, not a lot of development in the nose. I only gave it a few seconds though. Feels like it's flattened out a little bit with water. Nope, still delicious though. Actually, some of those fruitier notes I was kind of craving before I added water. They kind of come in now, so this is nice. If I was scoring this, I would probably give this around 85 points or so, maybe a hair more. This is pretty solid. For something that you can make yourself at home from, if you're rum nerd, stuff you probably already lying around, this is a very nice rum to just, make for fun. All right. But we're going to move back. We're going to try the ones that are actually getting the review. All right, back to the Tiger Shark. The nose was good, but the mouth needed a little push. So I'm going to see if water did that. Let's see what happens on the nose. Okay. I mean, now it just really smells like a pretty darn good Port Morant. Crazy flowers, intense incense, like exotic wood. A little bit of like what is that? Like, the marshmallow peeps? There's a little bit of that going on in here. Yeah, I am... No, the Jamaica's still there. I'm still getting a little bit of that kind of like Turkish Delight meets olives thing that I get from Worthy Park. It's still in there. It's just kind of like bringing up the rear. But yeah, this has become much more aromatic, much more like Port Moran-like. It's a really good nose in any case. But the nose was not what I had a problem with before. Let's see what happens on the palate. Better. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, some more pepper comes out and a little bit of oaky sweetness. Now this starts to feel like more of a 14-year-old tropically aged rum. More importantly than that, the mouthfeel and the finish and the mouth length improve. They step up. Not immensely, but it's definitely a step or two up from where it was neat. Yeah. Not a great rum, but a really good rum. I was kind of like before I had water, I was kind of like in 86-ish territory with this. No, I think this is an 87. Yeah, 87 points. Which is still not that much higher than my little blend. Let me try this again. The fact that this is all pot still, the Tiger Shark, that's a lot of what's making the difference. It just has more substance, more, especially when you add water, it just has more grip to it. But it's not actually that much more complex than my little home blend. Anyways, let's move on to the main part of the show. See what happens on the nose. We are back to the VORN, the very old Royal Navy. By the way, thanks to y'all who sent me these samples. You know who you are. Yeah, again on the nose, it's the Guyana that comes out with the water. So yeah, my complaints about the Caroni maybe standing out a little bit too much, I might have to take those back now, at least with water. What the hell is that? There's berries happening. What is that? It's grapefruit, but it's like almost a dessert. Imagine like a grapefruit syrup. That's kind of what this smells like. Along with kind of the exotic incense, kind of woody notes that I get on diamond rum sometimes. Mixed in with, you know, the tire fire Caroni thing. And it works. I don't know if this is... So, I don't know if this is entirely my style, personally. But y'all who really, really, really love this rum, I can see where you're coming from. I really can. There's an intermingling of elements, now that I'm adding water, that I am absolutely more into. On the palate, I can absolutely see y'all's point. With water, this settles into this just lovely smoky chocolate thing. Oh, man. Some Lapsang Souchong happening now. Super duper long finish. Good length, good mouthfeel. I'm still raising questions about the balance, and even now that I've added water, the complexity seems to have like pulled back a hair. I'm not getting a lot of Jamaica now. But this is very good. It's very good indeed. Score-wise, I'm going to go 89 points. 89 points for the VORN. Really, really nice rum. And more importantly, like if you want to know, if you want to know what Caroni tastes like, this might actually be the best deal out there. But I'm torn though, because like, especially when you add water, which I think is the best way to taste this. I think it's where it shows its best qualities. You lose a little bit of that Caroni dominance. And also I feel like someone who, if you really, really want to try Caroni, like you're not going to be happy unless you have a bottle that says Caroni on it. And that's kind of what's killing me here. Yeah, no. So, yeah, if you got to buy a bottle, buy this. If you got to try pure Caroni, go spend too much money in a bar for a shot and, you know, cross that off your bucket list. But this is a better rum. I'm sorry. This is a better rum. 89 points. All right, so, yeah, my blend... I'm going to stick to my 85. I might be generous. No, I'm going to stick to my 85. Tiger Shark. Yeah, I'm sticking to my 87. And the VORN. It's a hair bit unbalanced, but it does put a smile on my face. It makes me laugh a little bit. So yeah, 89 points. And that's where we are. Thanks for watching. Thanks for indulging my ridiculous introduction. Please post in the comments down below how much you hate the idea of a shot of milk before tasting. Yeah. Cheers.